I had coast. Thank you. Last night, I had coast to coast on the phone with me for 2 hours, right? And they were very excited. So not only were they excited about George and me getting him prepped for the show, and the whole idea was that maybe I was going to hover in the background of the Coast to Coast show and help George, because George isn't well, but they don't think they can facilitate that. However, after speaking with me, I mean, I was like, I can get him off the phone. I can get him off the phone. I was like, I have to go now. So it transpires that I'll have my own slot on Coast to Coast, right? But this is a prime example of a CTT fallout. And that happens. I've been doing a lot of CTT for people lately. And one person, there was a big reveal like a day or two after of somebody that was working for them, another person who was having some issues in a relationship. Well, the big reveal was, unfortunately, the person that they're in the relationship with is a prolific cheater, but that's what happens. Now, all of these reveals, well, not for me, it wasn't painful, but all of these reveals can be very painful. And sometimes, you can't take that. However, you just have to know when you're doing the in-depth CTT session, sorry about that, in-depth CTT session, that can definitely happen. No matter how many times you say the word joyful, no matter how many times you say, with grace and ease and everything else, if your soul is ready, it will say, bam, here you go. Here's the information that you need. Does anybody have any questions about that? No, no questions. What do you guys want to work on today?
We call that the spiritual punchline. Good morning, everybody. My name is Todd Ronan, and I'm here with Liz Cross from Remote Viewing and Beyond. We're going to get that website back up for you, and Liz is going to get her Patreon. It is working now if you want to contact her. What's the best way for them to do that right now? And we'll update things on the Patreon with your new domain, Liz.
So yes, the domain is being worked on. It's going to be better than ever before. And I'm going through a rebranding, which is I'm just going to be Psychic Liz Cross. So the domain will be up, psychiclizcross.com, within a few days. And then, of course, you can message me through the Patreon, which is Patreon/Remote Viewing and Beyond. You can also message me via email. So the email address right now is going to be psychiclizcross@gmail.com. Again, I'm trying to shift over. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I know that's a pain, but my old people can always email me the traditional way. So that's the best way. We are working on a lot of good things. The YouTube channel, of course, is now going to be Psychic Liz Cross. And we're just going to move forward. I mean, that's what spirit guided me to do.
Well, yeah, I know it's been tough. It's been a struggle for everybody. Thank you for following her and supporting her. We appreciate all your appreciation and your love for us. My quick announcement is that I pushed up my remote viewing course. It now starts on July 26th. It's going to be 6 weeks, Tuesday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time, and it'll last 6 weeks. If you're interested in more information, you can email me remoteviewit@gmail.com. We can set up a time to chat, and I can talk to you more about it, what we go over. Somebody asked about the movements for CTT. So what we're doing is we're crossing our arms at our elbows, kind of, and you're tapping. Your right hand would be tapping on your left shoulder, and your right hand would be tapping on your, left hand, right shoulder, right hand, left shoulder. And you want to do it in a way that crosses to feel comfortable, because we can switch sometimes, but the most comfortable crossing is the best. Or as long as your arms are crossed, you could tap bilaterally on your knees, if that helps you, because some people don't have that mobility. And we're just doing that, repeating after me or Liz to get the effect. I thought if somebody had an issue they wanted to work on today, maybe we could work on it as a group and then move through whatever you wanted to work on as a group, Liz.
Yeah, I mean, I think just really bringing ourselves into an expanded conscious awareness. So we can work on cryptos all day long, friends, right? But if we don't have that awareness and the conscious expansion to go with it, there's no point. I just think that consciousness expansion is far more powerful than cryptos, because it just gives you that insights and guidance that is so much more beneficial. Okay, we all love making money, right? I'm not going to deny that. We do. But you want to have insights, guidance, and the expansion of consciousness, awakening, the good decision making skills, things like that, to go along with it. Because you've seen people that have money that make extremely bad decisions, right? We see it in the news, we hear about it all the time. There's If you're making bad decisions with your money, then what's the point of having the money other than it's going to come in and teach you a life lesson? In fact, I want to do this amazing probe on the consciousness of money, and I want to do that this week. I need to get somebody lined up for that. That's going to be interesting. I think Max and I are going to do Denver Airport, because somebody requested that. Ronan, what do you know about Denver Airport? Because I don't know anything about it.
Well, there are a lot of conspiracy theories about it, that it links to underground tunnels and that it's controlled, but I'll let you see what you get. I've not found such silliness there, but it just looks like, another airport. They were plagued with problems, and when it opened, they thought that might have been haunted or there were issues with it. But I've been there, I've walked through it, and I've remote viewed it, and didn't get any strange things there other than strange things that happen in an airport already. But
but somebody said there's all these underground tunnels. I don't know a lot about it, but apparently there's a lot to it. I don't know. I mean, I'd never heard of anything about Denver Airport, but apparently it's a fascination for many people. So I would like to do that. I'm excited. I think Max is getting the questions together. And if anybody does have any questions about Denver Airport, then most certainly drop them on the Discord, drop them on the Patreon, drop them in an email. We got a crypto video that's being uploaded right now. Then we have another video. Oh my God, Mr. Robot had me some lizard shouting in my face last night. I was like, I don't know what the heck this thing is. And then tomorrow, I don't know what it's potluck tomorrow, because I've got the new interviewer. He's British. He's pretty cool. I gel with him energetically. That's really important when you're doing this. Like, I gel with Ronan very well. You have to be able for your energies to align. And so the Brit's gonna start tomorrow, and he's excited. So we got a lot of good things going on.
cool.
Yeah. So what should we do? Consciousness expansion? The big reveal?
Sherry said that she felt like things were falling apart and that we need to pay attention more to become more centered in the chaos around us and have a better instincts on the day-to-day happenings of life. What's most important to people?
Yeah. And that's the thing. When things are falling apart around you, right? I know it's not easy, okay? But you have to trust the universe, and that's really hard, okay? Especially when you're going through really traumatic events like a death in the family, and an injury, an illness, um finances, being laid off from a job, and all of that, right? But you just have to trust that, okay, you're done with that path now, Now you're going on a new path, even with a death in the family. And I can firmly attest to that, right? My mom passing away in 2017 was absolutely devastating to me. It was. I mean, that was she was my best friend. That's where I got my abilities from. She was very open. She's the one that was holding seances and we were listening to Coast. And you know what I mean? That was devastating to me. However, shortly after that, I met George. Okay. And I started doing CTT. And here I am still doing CTT. Lo and behold, now all this stuff has gone on. I'm telling you, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I was just the psychic sitting in my workroom doing free readings for donations. If anybody wanted to send me anything, if they didn't, that's okay too. And working with George on the CTT every day. And how, you just have to trust that when these fallouts, these unravelings, these reveals, these traumatic events are happening, they have to happen in order for you to change direction. Okay, because spirit knows when you've gone as far as you can possibly go in a situation, and that you now have to go a different way, and you may not have as much fun as you did before. I mean, I can honestly say, hand on heart, when my mom was around, we had a lot of fun. Okay, we were always doing something, always going somewhere, you know what I mean, just having a good time. COVID's come along. Who goes out anymore? Who goes to parties and social events? Is very rare. And so, but you have to understand that there has to be this trust element with the universe. Once you have that trust within you, even if it's a bad breakup, you can move forward knowing that on the other side there's something there that's so much better. So that's so how would we word that, Ronan? How do we set ourselves up? What tapping words would we use in order to get through, or understand or trust, or what do you think?
CT2 trust fall. Okay, let's see. We just want to say we appreciate and acknowledge the opportunity for change, and we accept the new path that will be created for us is true and just and optimum.
Exactly. So it's the trusting of the universe, right? The universe may not want you in crypto. Okay, how about that? How about the universe doesn't want you in crypto because the universe knows what's coming? You don't know what's coming. I mean, not even I know what's coming half the time, right? When there's massive crashes and all that, a lot of times psychics can't see those crashes because you're not supposed to avoid them. So if the universe throws you out of crypto, because your cryptos are locked up somewhere, or the exchange has failed, or somebody's stolen from your wallet, or this, that, and the other, right? You have to trust that, hey, I'm not supposed to be here anymore. Okay, that's not a bad thing, because I'll tell you what, at one point in your life you will breathe a sigh of relief that you're no longer in cryptos. These massive things that seem devastating with the conscious mind, right as they're happening, you know that that will stop you from making good decisions at the time as well. You can't think, you can't make decisions. You just have to trust when you get to the other side, something about it, the universe is saving you from something. Okay, you just have to know that. That's why, given what happened to me, I didn't think twice about it. And I really appreciate you all still being with me. But I just knew. I know not to battle spirit anymore. I know not to get into that war, because you know what? When I get into that war, it leads to my absolute destruction, and I will lose the war. You will always lose that war. everybody wants to think that they have this element of free will about themselves. I don't see that. I'll be honest with you. Maybe we can choose what we want to eat, and maybe we can choose like what movie we want to watch and little things like that. But as far as like life path stuff, like career, um, friendships, relationships, marriages, businesses, money, that's all designed for us already. And when spirit is coming in to throw you a lesson, right, and say, okay, you need to change direction, you better listen. Because if you enter into that war of, this is what I want to do, come hell or high water, I'm going to do it, you're going to lose. I promise you, you will lose, and you will be torn down so badly. And so I've had many battles with spirit, and I know now that, hey, okay, I accept this, moving on, and my life can be pieced back together, within a day, and I can move forward. So that, let's go for an overall acceptance of what the universe has in store for us, and what, and the trust element. What do you guys think about that? Is that good, Ronan? Is that good?
Instead of the universe, I would say what spirit has in store for us. Universal acceptance of spirit's path.
Okay, actually, that's very brilliant. Yes. Okay, let's go with what spirit has in store for us, because they know, right? They know what we're supposed to be doing. If you're not supposed to be in crypto, if you're not supposed to be, in this particular relationship, romantic relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, if you're not supposed to be sitting behind that desk at that job that is unfulfilling, but it pays the bills, but it's not challenging, but you're wasting your life there. Okay. All of that. Right. So let's go for that. Let's go ahead and open. All right. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
There's a part of all involved that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
an optimum etheric pyramid
an optimum etheric pyramid
for the empowerment and protection of each one of us,
for the empowerment and protection of each one of us,
as well
as
easy access
easy access
to all the information and connections we need
to all the information and connections that we need
for this session. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, so let's go for trusting what is it? Trusting spirit.
Universal acceptance of our spirit's path.
Very good, Ronan. That's why you're paid the big bucks right there. Oh, righty, let's go. And I'll let you do the fill-in if that's okay. Are you okay with that? Doing the fill-in?
If I know where it goes, sure.
So the words that we use to fill in, so there's a part of all involved that knows how to, and then you say easily and joyfully manifest, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's go. There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
All right, Ronan, take it away.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Universal acceptance of our spirit's path.
Universal acceptance of our spirit's path.
An appreciation for the smaller things we experience.
An appreciation. How about appreciation for the smaller things we experience, but all of the things we experience?
An appreciation for all of the things that we experience on a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
The power to remain centered when things fall into chaos around us.
The power to remain centered when things fall into chaos all around us.
The power to trust my instincts on a day-to-day basis.
The power to trust my instincts. I love this one. The power to trust my instincts on a day-to-day basis.
That we accept a new path
That
with
we
our new
accept a new
experiences
path with our new experiences
ahead
ahead
for us to experience optimum joy.
for us to experience optimum joy. Very good, Ronan. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission,
Healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. I got a really good message coming in from Spirit now. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
So what came in from you guys was, I'm powerless. But Spirit corrected that and said, but the power is in the acceptance. They will make you feel powerless until you accept it. I promise you. When you get the big reveal, you've got to accept it, and that gives you power. Because if you deny it, right? Oh, they're not really verbally abusing me. Oh, they're not disrespecting me. Oh, they're not, whatever on me. Okay. They're not abusing me in the workplace. They're not, when you go into that bit of denial, then the universe says, or Spirit says, okay, well, we tried, but now we're going to have to up the ante a bit to get the message across. Okay. So when you're sitting in that pit of denial that, this situation is really revealing itself to you and you don't want to accept that, that's when you're powerless, because that's when Spirit comes in and says, okay, she needs or he needs a wake-up call, or they, or whatever pronoun everybody's using these days. They need a wake-up call. So we're gonna show them that, and we're gonna make it just a little bit harder. Okay, so they make it a little bit harder for you, and guess what happens? You deny it again. Oh, no. I gotta just keep trucking along, right? And oh, okay, well, they didn't get the message that time either. They're in denial, and we're gonna ramp it up even more, and even more, and even more, and even more, until, for because I work on relationships a lot, till the other woman turns up pregnant on your doorstep, right? Is that that's a big message right there. Okay, so, and that's just an example I'm using, but that's an awful situation. You know how that is. Or maybe your significant other ends up pregnant by somebody else. I mean, I'm just saying that's like devastating, isn't it? Or you get fired from your job because they're trying to give you the information. Hey, you don't belong here anymore. This is not good for you. You coming into work every day with huge anxiety and being scared to come in here, that's not good for you, right? But you're still going in, and you're still going in, and you're still going in. So they're going to up the ante. They're going to keep ramping it up for you. And that is why when this big reveal happens, you got to roll with the punches, because that's what I'm saying. You'll ultimately lose. And that's, I knew at that point, you know, I know when to go. I know when to roll with these punches, and it's really hard. It's not easy to accept that. So what I got through there was, you're powerless. So let's tap on that, because actually we're not powerless if we accept. Okay. Ronan,
I got.
our mate's trying to get in. He keeps calling me. He's like, he can't get into the room.
Okay, let me unlock the
Okay.
room. Hang on one second.
Okay, thank you.
You want me to tell you what I got for that?
What did you get?
So I got the imagery of an old UHF channel on your TV, where everything that's coming through is just white noise trying to distract you, or the snow on the TV. And what you need to recognize is that all of those distractors are preventing you from achieving the signal line to your true spiritual awareness. And just think of changing the channel and connecting to that spiritual oneness, and whatever feels most clear is going to be that channel that's contacting you.
Listen, I couldn't agree with you more. Okay. That's why I switched off the TV. That's why you all listen. I'm going to lecture you all. All of you guys and girls out there, right? You're putting your kids on these gaming machines. Okay. I can't tell you how devastating and destructive that is to their brain paths. I now do CTT on, you know, now they're adults, young adults that sit in the basement playing video games. Parents don't know what to do with them. They're completely addicted to video games and being online.
They haven't
Okay,
developed language skills either. The problem with the future is that they
yes.
don't have social interaction to develop language, and they can't communicate because they don't have the glossary.
And I have to do exactly, and I have to do CTT to unravel and rewire their brains. And it's not easy, because those brain paths have sat there for 10 or 15 years being solidified by video games, right? Or access to pornography, or access to inappropriate chat, right? Or, and if you don't think that that stuff turns these little kids into sex addicts, just come sit with me one day when I'm sitting here unraveling all these brains, because I get a lot of sex addicts through my door, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. And it always starts, oh, I was on, you know, the internet, and I about 9 or 10 years old. Okay. And they don't have to be victims of abuse to get sucked into that life. They just have to have unfettered access. And if you're giving your children unfettered access to video games, pornography, inappropriate chatting, you know, these kids are smart, right? So you have to double down, if not triple down. I'll be honest with you, my kids do not have smartphones. I do not allow that in my house. I have a smartphone because I have to. My husband has a smartphone because he has to. Kids, they don't need a smartphone. What do they need a smartphone for? What, so they can go sit at their friend's house and meet up and they're all staring at the phone? Yeah, and exactly as you said, Ronan, all of these tools here are distracting them, and they are not developing the language skills. You are exactly right. Or the ability to read social situations, because they're too engaged in these distraction tools. Well, guess what? The dark loves that, right? So let's go for a detox here of all these things that we need to clear out of our lives that distract us, right? Anger distracts us. You know, competition distracts us, right? All of these things. TV, just mindless rubbish, distracts us. So let's go. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
There's a part of all involved that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
All of these distraction tools,
All of these distraction tools
the dark loves to send our way,
that the dark loves to send our way and put in our path,
and put in our path to trap us, to make us feel powerless. We can't think outside of that distraction tool. We're effectively being mind controlled
We are effectively being mind controlled and manipulated.
Anything
group
else
think.
you want to add?
It's
Yes,
group
skewed
think.
thinking. What else?
Social situations don't revolve around media.
So social situations don't resolve around medium. The inability to accept change.
Our inability to accept changes.
Lack of gratitude.
A lack of gratitude.
No empathy.
No empathy.
Living in denial. We can't cope with the changes in our lives. Having breakdowns at the thought of having to change.
Having a breakdown at the thought of having to change. I can't connect to my higher self.
I can't connect to my higher self. I can't make good decisions.
I cannot make good decisions.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now. It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease. Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love. Healing, information, permission. And deep relief now. So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete. So be it, it is done. Whew. My goodness, I feel lighter. What came through then is I cannot accept change. I'm scared of it. I'm scared of change. I'm scared of the unknown. I'm scared that my soul is not acting in my highest good. Oh, good. Miss Betty feels lighter. Woohoo! She's my meter.
I felt a connective pause, like let's pause everything that's a distractor and then focus on you. So that centering and that meditation is definitely important, because you're not relying on external voices of everyone around you and all the distractors around you, but the voice that comes through from yourself and your heart and your higher mind. So just take a pause, put everything on pause, and meditate. So what came through for me.
Yeah, well, that's true. Okay, so if you are full of confidence and certainty and trust, you're not going to listen to the outside information, right? You'll listen to it as far as maybe some good advice, but you're not going to listen to that outside information. You're going to remain solid in your decisions, but you can only do that if you have the confidence and the trust. If you don't have that, you're going to be like, oh my God, what should I do? No. If you're confident, you can trudge forward knowing like you've made the best decision and that spirit is looking out for you. I'm going to lose my job. Okay, but there's a better job around the corner. We're going to split up, we're going to get divorced, we're going to this. Okay, but there's a better life around the corner. My cryptos have completely devastated me. Okay, but there's a better investment around the corner, possibly in the way of a new technology. Okay, I really believe that we're looking for the new technology. I keep getting this Web3 coming through the door, and I don't feel like Web3 is the next big thing. I really don't. But okay, well, they don't want you to keep putting your money, sinking your money into cryptos because, hey, there's a new technology possibly coming around the corner. You're supposed to save your money for that, right? Or maybe the exchanges are all going to lock up and they don't want you dropping another dime in crypto. Seriously. Okay. So it's the sphere of change. Let's go. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
There's a part of all involved that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
This overwhelming fear of change.
This overwhelming fear of change.
I will fight change to the death.
I will fight change to the death.
I will fight change to my detriment.
I will fight change to my detriment.
I do not agree with Spirit's decisions about my path.
I do not agree with Spirit decision about my path.
I do not agree that I can't control my life path.
I do not agree that I cannot control my life path.
What else? I think I know how this life is going to turn out.
I think I know how this life is going to turn out.
I will not accept insights and guidance
I will not accept insights and guidance
from Spirit
from Spirit
or others.
or others.
I'll dismiss all the red flags.
I will dismiss all the red flags. The herd is the right path.
The herd is the right path. Oh my God, that's very good. The herd is the right path. I'm just going to follow the masses. I don't want to stand out.
I will follow the masses. I don't want to stand out.
Whoa, I felt that release just then. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Say that again.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission,
And deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. Or a cough, or a yawn, or a hiccup. All of those things are releasing energy, okay? Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Coughing, hiccuping, burping, unfortunately, yawning, all of that is like letting go of that energy. I feel really light now. You hit the bullseye today, Ronan. Thank you.
I have good darts.
And a good aim. So, what's left? I feel good. Do you guys feel good? How's everybody feeling? Good?
Yes, good.
Everybody-
Yeppers, I feel good.
Yeppers. Thank you, Yeppers. I couldn't answer your call because I was in here. Help for insomnia. Let's see. Let me look at your insomnia. That your insomnia is due to anxiety. Okay. You have a lot of anxiety. Now, the problem is you have insomnia. How anxiety serves you well is that what I'm getting from Spirit is that you go delving into situations, right? So you can do a deep dive into situations because of your anxiety, because your anxiety gives you this investigative tool, right? And you're going in and you're looking everything because you know that knowing everything is going to calm your anxiety. The problem is your anxiety is never calm. And then it's on to the next one. Do you understand that? Yes. See? So that's where anxiety isn't serving you well, because it's stopping you from sleeping. It's always there. Let's work on let's manifest the good energy coming in to help us get over anxiety, because it's amazing how many people suffer with anxiety. And anxiety is fear of the unknown, right? Which is why you're deep diving into everything. And it makes you a smarter person, so it's serving you well, and your soul knows that, so your soul will not let that anxiety go, right? Because it doesn't know how to live without it, because without it, the fear of unknown is even greater. Whew. See what the CTT has taught me. I feel like a psychologist. Okay, there's a part of all involved that knows how to
There's a part of all involved that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
all of the white light coming in
all of the white light coming in
and anything else that we need
and anything else that we need
that promotes the highest good of ourselves
that promotes the highest good of ourselves
and all of those around us.
and all of those around us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving this love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief and joy now.
And deep relief and joy now.
So let's take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
The information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Wow, I feel really joyful. Do you guys feel joyful now?
Let's hope they all feel joyful. Yes, good.
Awesome. Somebody put here like cryptos or old tech. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with that. I think we're starting to see here we go again, right? Here we go. They're throwing the information. Cryptos are volatile. Exchanges are going bad. Companies are going bankrupt. People are running off with the money. Things have happened to you, right? Here we are. Here's the little whispers coming in. You know, warning, warning, red flag, red flag. Be smart about your cryptos. Don't hold them on the exchanges. People don't do that. Be able to move them to another exchange if you want to sell them. If you're holding them on an exchange, you know, you're asking for trouble. I wouldn't even hold my money on the exchange. So even if you cash out, you're a trader. I'm holding your money on the exchange is risky too, especially if it's a very large amount. Now, if it's a small amount that you can afford to lose, then fine. But, you know, over time, you build up that bank, right? Holding that money on the exchange is volatile. What if you held all your money on the Celsius exchange? So even though they're not allowing transactions, right, through buying and selling cryptos, you can't even access your money. And I'll tell you what, we got a video coming out today. I'm sorry I didn't get it put out yesterday, but it takes a long time to convert and download and upload and this, that, and the other. But we checked Binance last night, and Binance is on shaky ground, folks. I mean, all of these big ones now, Coinbase, Binance, they're struggling. They're laying off staff. Binance is as well, and they're trying to cut costs to recoup the money. You're getting all the warnings here. Don't dismiss them. Okay. And maybe this crypto winter will blow over, and let's hope so. But I really, once that regulation starts coming in, and people think, oh, well, regulating cryptos, that's going to be the, open it up for everybody. I just don't see that. Do you, Ronan?
No, that's a problem. But going back to Dawn Marie, I just wanted to say quickly, the imagery that I got was when you try and pop a balloon with a pin, it pops, but when you put tape on it and then pop it through the tape, there's a slow leak. So all of this anxiety that you're feeling are slow leaks and slow distractors that you're focusing on. And you just have to realize that, put another piece of tape to make sure that hole doesn't leak. So that was the imagery I got that I wanted to share about it. But yeah, back to the cryptocurrency market, it is not looking good. It looks good for, I think, towards the end of this month, and then it doesn't look good for the first 2 weeks of August from what we've looked at. But
yeah,
we still have a couple of outliers, and I'm trying to do some forecasting on what that looks like too. But like I said, it's a distractor, and I'd rather focus on more interesting things for people than the market. But I know that is a big worry for most people, but you can leave that worry behind. You can let it go and just protect yourself, insulate yourself, and then focus on the next path that's laid out for you.
Yeah, which I believe is going to be this new technology. I can feel it. And it's going to start small. You know what I mean? It's going to be like an unheard of thing. And then it's, a little bit more and a little bit more, just like cryptos. And then suddenly there you go. Right. So just trust what spirit is showing you. All right. Well, I think with that, we'll close. I feel pretty good. Let's close it down and then maybe answer some questions.
Okay.
There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
There's a part of all involved that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Optimum guidance.
Optimum guidance.
Positive emotional fulfillment.
Positive emotional fulfillment.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Self-love.
Self-love.
And anything else that we need.
And anything else that we need.
In those wonderful spaces we just opened up.
In those wonderful spaces that we have just opened up.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's take a deep breath. And we're going to ground and protect ourselves and thank the universe and our spirit teams for helping us transmute all that dark energy into white light, good karma, back out into the universe. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
All right. Can you pause that recording for me, please?